I've been like doing assignments all day. It's driving me insane and I think I'm going crazy. Hi guys, it's Alicia and today I'm doing 5 tips on how to convince your parents to get you a horse. Oh my god, this video has been suggested so much. So much. It's like one of my most requested videos. So I've got my phone here and I am going to give you my 5 tips. My 5 tips on how to convince your parents to get you a horse. And my biggest one I'm saving for last because that's like, I feel like it needs to be last. It's kind of like a bit of a step-by-step kind of thing, like what you should do first and leading up to, you know, asking to get a horse kind of thing. My first tip, like, let's be honest, your parents probably already know you want a horse. They probably know that. You probably asked them a million times already. We'll just say you have, because I'd assume you have. But yeah, so I would start off with helping out around the house heaps. Like, if you have pets already, I would walk your dog or whatever animal you have, you know, clean their cages, feed them, and do all of that stuff. My phone doesn't shut up, I'm gonna throw it against the wall, and all of that stuff. So your parents know you're already responsible for your own pets and you already have time to look after them, and that, you know, you're not gonna just get this horse and not look after it at all. My second tip is stay on top of your schoolwork and make sure you're trying to get really good grades, because if you don't have time already to do your schoolwork, let's be honest, you're not going to have time for a horse as well. Horses take up a lot of time, and a lot of people don't realize how much time they take up until they actually get the horse. And like, some people think, yeah, I'll just, you know, feed it and brush it, or you'll keep it as an inducement and that'll do everything for you. But you need to be riding your horse regularly, because depending on the horse, you can leave them for longer, but really you want to be riding your horse pretty regularly. I'm not saying like every day, because I don't ride every day. Like, you can if you want, but you know, you want to be out there at least once or twice a week riding your horse. And you want to have good grades, because the better your grades are and the better you're doing at school, the more likely your parents are going to want to reward you in some way by getting you a horse, because there's no way they'll be like, oh yeah, you know, you're not doing your homework, you've got really bad grades, here, I'll give you a horse. Like, school comes first. Even if you want to be a professional rider, school comes first, because it's like the foundation of your future. My third tip is ask your parents if you can lease a horse. Now, leasing a horse is obviously not buying a horse. You obviously don't own it, but you can lease a horse that also has the potential for you to buy it, because then if you really like the horse, you don't have to, you know, you might just be able to buy that horse. But leasing a horse will get you kind of having the idea of caring for your own horse. It won't be exactly the same unless, of course, it's a free lease. If it's a free lease, then you'll be paying for everything for the horse, and it'll be pretty much everything you do, like, for your own horse, apart from actually it being your horse. But in that way, it'll get your parents to know that you will, you know, you got the responsibility to go out and care for this horse, and you're not gonna just, you know, eventually forget about it or not want it anymore, because horses are a huge amount of money. I'm not even talking about the price they are to buy them. The tack and the price of the horse is nothing compared to the ongoing cost of their feed, adjustment, and vet bills, farrier, and all of that, etc. thing, and everything else. Like, tack and horse are nothing compared to the ongoing cost. You need to get that in your head. So your parents aren't just going to want to go out and buy your horse having the thought in your head that maybe, you know, in a year you're not going to want it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So at least with leasing, you get to show them that you're willing to go out and care for the horse and ride them regularly and, you know, do everything you need to do for this horse. And like, another thing about leasing, don't expect to lease for like a month and then get your own horse, because I'm talking about leasing for a few months to a few years, you know? It depends. Like, honestly, every parent's different. They're gonna want to, if they are planning on buying you a horse, some are gonna want to do it sooner than other parents are. Everyone's different, and, you know, I would lease as long as you can until buying a horse. That's what I would personally do, because then you're still getting your horsey fix, and it's practically like it's your horse. Of course it's not your horse, but you know, it's kind of like it is. You might be leasing with a few other people, depends on the lease. I'm not too familiar with leases. I've done free leases before, but nothing else. And after you've been leasing for a while, like, I'm not talking, as I was saying, I'm not talking about for like a month. I'm talking about for like a year or half a year or more than that, you know, a few years, whatever. I would start looking at adjustments and vets you can use, and farriers and like dentists. Your vet will probably do that for you though, but all of that stuff, because you want to know if there's a good place near you that you can adjust your horse at. Could even be where you're leasing at the moment, if you are leasing, and try find a place that's reasonable priced. You don't want to be, you know, going out and spending heaps of money at an adjustment place. Figure out how much feed is, if you need to feed it, and which farrier, which is like every 6 to 8 weeks. Figure out a farrier you can use, figure out a vet you can use, because a vet is going to be a big thing. You always need to make sure you have extra money left over in your account or anything for a vet bill. Horses' vet bills cost a lot of money, and although it might be unlikely for your horse to go and run into a fence or get some huge injury, it can still happen, and it can cost thousands of dollars, vet bills for horses. Especially if they decide to injure themselves on a weekend or even a public holiday. Public holidays are great ones. Slinky, I've had to call out the vet for Slinky before on a public holiday. Yeah, it was great. It's really great. But yeah, they'll cost a lot of money, and mostly, as I was saying, if it's on a Sunday or a weekend or a public holidays, oh, they're gonna cost a lot of money. So, and figure out all the costs for everything. If there's a horse you want, if the horse you're leasing is up for sale, put a cost in that, put a cost in what you're gonna need, like how much money you're gonna need a month, a week, or whatever your payment is gonna be like. Find tack that you're gonna need to get, and put it into a big list and see what the total cost would be. So say for like adjustment for a month or something, or you know, and figure that out and give your parents that list so they have the idea of how much they're gonna be having to pay. Now, my last one, number 5, which is my most important one, which is, I don't even know, it's just this tip is my, I don't know how to say it, but this is the most important tip. So number 5 is save up for it yourself. That's my number 1 tip. My number 1 tip is save up your own money and buy the horse yourself. Problem solved. You don't have to get your parents to buy you a horse. Yes, I know some of you guys might not have jobs. You might be too young to get a job. But some of you might get pocket money, maybe $5 a week, $10 a week. I don't know how much you guys get pocket money. I don't get pocket money. But you know, save it all up. Save every little dollar up. It adds up. Yes, I know you're thinking, save up for a horse? I don't have a job. How am I supposed to save up for a horse? Just, even if you can pay half of it, even if you can pay like $500 of it, that will make it easier for your parents. Or you make deals with your parents like, hey, I'll pay for the horse, I'll pay for the tack, and then, you know, they can hopefully pay for the rest of it. For Super and Slinky and all the other horses, I pay for all their tack, I pay for when I need to worm them, I pay for Slinky and Super's farrier bills, I pay for that's my cat. You know, you get the point. I pay for all of their stuff myself. My parents don't pay for the horses. My parents don't give me money to buy stuff for horses, you know, it's all of my money. Occasionally I might get like birthday, Christmas presents will be horse stuff. Sometimes I'll pay for something, but you know, pretty much all of it I pay for myself. And yes, I do have a job. But even before I had the job, I was still paying for all the horse stuff myself. I'd be getting like pocket money or whatever, however I got the money. I'd be paying for it all myself. And that is a big thing. If you have the amount of money that you can buy your own horse, pay for it yourself, it'll be so much easier. So much easier. And as I said, I know a lot of you guys don't have jobs, but if you want to know what to do when you don't have jobs, I posted a video a while back, which was how to save up money for a horse. So I'll probably link it in the description, but if it's not there, just go searching for it. But yeah, so that's pretty much my 5 tips on how to get your own horse. And I also have some things I need to talk about before you guys go. But if you guys have Instagram, you would probably already know my equine.beauty with 2 Y's Instagram. Yes, I have, that's my main Instagram that I post like every day on. And then I also have a new one that I made, which is my photography one. And it is called inevitable.canon. And if you guys don't know what inevitable means, it pretty much means the definition is too good to be explained in words. So that's what I thought was pretty cool, because it's like a photography account. It's like, yeah. But yeah, follow me on that, because I post all like photography photos that I take that won't ever be posted on my other Instagram. Which one do you guys like better? Do you like it if I sit like to the side like this? Or do you like if I sit like smack bang in the middle like I've been doing my whole entire YouTube life? Yep. I don't know, let me guys know what you guys like better. I should probably hop on out now. I'm kidding, I'm still here. Oh. No, actually. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!